Hello everyone and welcome to today's yoga class. My name is Nicola and I will guide you through the flow. Today is more of a stronger flow, so we will be going through a lot of vinyasas, A and B sun salutations, but I will always give you some options to adjust your asanas so everyone with every level can join in and have fun. So let's start. Today we will be starting in a seated position, sitting on your heels. If it doesn't feel comfortable to sit on the ground, feel free to grab a pillow to elevate your hips. And if you have some pressure in the knee and it feels better to bring them outside in a cross-legged seated position, feel free to start in that one too. And then slowly close your eyes and rest your hands on your legs. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale it out. Take another deep inhale here. And exhale it out through your mouth. And then just come back to your natural breath. Turn your focus inwards and check in with your body. See how it feels today. Don't change anything here, just notice any tension in your body that you might have, that you want to just put a little bit more focus in this practice, or just be aware to be more gentle in some of the poses today. And then slowly bring your hands in front of your heart in a prayer position. And think about a happy place, could be somewhere in nature, favorite spot of your house, or holidays, something that brings a warm smile into your heart. And just imagine for a second you would be there at your favorite place and notice how it makes you feel. Maybe bring a little smile on your face, enjoying that spot for a second. And then set an intention for your class. This might be for yourself or dedicated to someone else in need or nature. Once you set your intention, seal it with bowing your head towards your hands. And then slowly blink open your eyes. Inhale, put your arms up overhead. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to come towards the right side. Take it gentle here with the stretch as it's the beginning of the class, and just focus on really grounding both sit bones here and not lifting off too much. Take another inhale here. And exhale, come back to the middle. Inhale, bring your arms up. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, come towards the left side, lengthening your right side of the body. Keep both sit bones grounded and keep your head nicely between your arms here. Take an inhale here. And exhale, come back into the middle. If you have any props, you can keep them here or remove them for this pose. And I want you to just bring your head maybe with a one length of a hand distance behind you, and then just take a inhale, bring your shoulder blades together, open your throat and bring your heart towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes here if it feels good, or if you have some tension in your neck, just look straight forward and don't bring your head towards the back. It's important to lift the chest nicely towards the ceiling here for a nice heart opener before we begin our practice. Take another inhale here, and with an exhale slowly bring your hands back in front of your knees. I want you to come into a plank, so set yourself up here nice and straight, lengthen through the crown of your head, press your fingertips into the mat and bring your heels towards the back of the mat for a nice activation in the legs. Activate your core, bring your shoulder blades up, really press yourself away from the mat. Take another inhale here, exhale, inhale here, and then exhale, hover over your mat just a few centimeters, hold here for a second, inhale here, and then exhale, slowly press yourself back into your first downward facing dog. Maybe walk the dog or come for a little twist here. Slowly and gentle move your body. Your hamstrings might still be a little tight, so just maybe close your eyes here and see what your body needs in the beginning of this practice. And then come to stillness, really lengthening your spine here. It's okay to bend your knees. We'll loosen up more during this practice. So just be kind and gentle to your body in the beginning. And then take an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, hover over the ground. And then bring yourself back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the front of the mat. Exhale, hover, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale to hover and press back to downward facing dog. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, hover over the floor and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale to hover and down to downward facing dog. Shake your head out here. Make sure it's relaxed and the shoulders are away from the ears. And then with another inhale, take your right leg up. Exhale, bring it to the front of the mat between your fingers. Put your left knee down, unwind your foot here. And then take an inhale to bring your arms up here. Sink your hips nice and low. And then bring your arms to the front for an inhale. Exhale, circle them down. Inhale to the front. Exhale, circle them down. Inhale, lean towards the front. And exhale, circle them down. Inhale to the front. Exhale, circle it down. Bring your left hand towards your right foot and then take a little twist here towards the ceiling. Take a round of breath here. And then slowly bring your hand back down. Frame the foot here. Bring it back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Bring your knees down, your chest down. Inhale for mini cobra. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, come onto your knees. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Coming towards the other side. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, bring it in front of the mat between your fingers. Bring your right knee down, unwind your right foot, and then inhale, come up and sink your hips nice and low. If your knees are sensitive, feel free to bring a pillow underneath your knee here for some extra support, or you can also double fold your mat. And then we come into our breath work here. Inhale to come forwards to the front. And then exhale, come back and circle your arms back down. Inhale, come to the front. And exhale, circle it down. Inhale, come to the front. And really squeeze your shoulders together here on the way down. Inhale, come to the front. Exhale, squeeze them together. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, circle them down. Bring your right hand to your left foot for a little twist, raising your left hand high. Take a round of breath here. Maybe look up towards your hand. And then with the next exhale, place your hand back onto the mat. Bring your foot back into a plank. And then inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, put your knees down, your chest down. Inhale for mini cobra. And then exhale, come back to a downward facing dog. Well done, everyone. Bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, step, jump, fly towards the front. Inhale for halfway lift. Bring your shoulder blades back together. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. Exhale, come all the way down. Here you can bring your feet a little wider. And then either you just let yourself hang here. Straighten the legs for a nice hamstring stretch. Or bend them to rest your chest on towards your legs. And really use it as a lower back reliever. Or you go for a shoulder opener. Interlace your hands behind your back and then press your palms together and bring them overhead here. It's up to you what you choose here. See how you feel today. And then just stay here for a few breaths. Make sure you shift your weight forward into your toes. And then slowly let go of your hands. Bring them in front of you on the mat. Just take a few steps here, shifting your weight from left to right, straightening the leg and bending the other one. Alternating. And then come all the way down with a full exhalation. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. Come to the front of your mat, big toes to touch. We'll come into a few sun salutation A here to warm up our body. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands onto the mat. Step back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Bring your knees down, your chest down, or flow through your vinyasa here to an upward facing dog. And we all meet in a downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Step your big toes together to touch. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Step, hop or jump towards the front. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up with the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them back to your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, clench your hands, step back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Knees down, chest down. Mini cobra with an inhale. And then exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch here. Bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. Step, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale within halfway lift. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. One more time. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plunge your hands, step back to plank. And float through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog or mini cobra. And exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch here. Bend your knees, look forward. Step, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale within halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring them together in front of your heart. Close your eyes here. Enjoy the feeling of the sun salutations. And then slowly blink open your eyes. And then take an inhale here, arms overhead. Exhale, sink your hips high for a chair pose. Take a breath here. Stay active in your core. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Float through your vinyasa here. Mini cobra, upward facing dog with an inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Bring your left heel towards the ground. And inhale for warrior one here. Make sure your hips are facing the short side of the mat. Take one round of breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come all the way down. Come back into plank position and flow through your vinyasa. And we meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring it towards the front. Rotate your right heel onto the mat. And inhale, come up for warrior one. Be active in both legs here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to come down. Step back into a plank. Shift your weight forward. Mini cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch here. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale for chair pose. And exhale, press all the way up and bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, arms up here. And exhale, sink towards the floor for chair pose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high lunge. High plank. Shift your weight forward. Knees down, chest down. Inhale, mini cobra. And exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward. Rotate your left heel onto the mat. And inhale up for warrior one, making sure your hips are square towards the front. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come back down into your high plank. Shift your weight forward and flow through your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it towards the front. Put your right heel onto the mat. Set up for warrior one. Inhale here. Make sure your hips are squared. Take an inhale to lengthen here. Exhale, come all the way down. Step back into plank. Float through your vinyasa. And exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees, look forward. And step, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fall down. Inhale to come all the way up into chair pose. And then press yourself up all the way and bring your hands in front of your heart. Beautiful, guys. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink low into chair pose. Inhale to lengthen here. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands into the mat. Come into your plank pose. Shift your weight forward. Knees down, chest down. Inhale, mini cobra. And exhale, come all the way to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Exhale, step it towards the front. Set up for warrior one. Raise your arms high. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come back down. Step back into plank pose. Shift your weight forward and flow through your vinyasa with your knees down. Or if you already build the strength, to full chaturanga. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring it towards the front. Set up for warrior one here and bring your arms up high. Make sure both legs are active. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come back down into your plank position with your knees down, chest down, mini cobra here. And then come back over your knees into your downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees, look forward, step, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fall down. Inhale, come up into your chair pose. And then press yourself up all the way. And bring your hands in front of your heart. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your arms up here. Interlace your fingers and make a pistol kind of shape with your fingers here. So like that, in case my arms are cut off on the top. Inhale to lengthen here and exhale. Come back to the right. Lengthen the left side of your body. Both feet are grounded. And your head has nicely spaced between the shoulders and your ear. Inhale, come up and toward the middle. Exhale, come towards the left. Really work with your lower abdominals here. Keep them contracted. Tuck them in. Your legs are active. And inhale, come back to the middle. Exhale for a little back bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, plant your hands onto the mat. Bring your knees down or flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or mini cobra. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. If you feel like you need to rest, bring your knees down and sink your hips back into a child's pose. And connect with your breath here. Take deep in and exhale through your nose. And then slowly, when you're ready, you come back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Lengthen here one more time. And then come forward into a plank. Hold here. Bring your right hand into the middle of the mat. And then roll over your legs into a side plank. If this is too much, you're welcome to bring your right knee down and use that as an extra support in case your arms and shoulders haven't built the strength to hold you up here. That's totally fine. Rather enjoying the right position in the pose than overdoing and compensating. For those who are happy in this position and want to go a step forward, you can also lift your left leg, raise your left arm over your head, and exhale, squeeze elbow and knee together. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to squeeze. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to squeeze. Inhale to lengthen, put your left leg behind you, raise your hips into a wide thing. You can inhale here, exhale, come back into a plank. Then bring your left hand in towards the middle, roll over and raise your right hand high. Lengthen here, really bring both hands apart here. If you feel like you can take it a step further, raise your right leg. Bring your left hand over your head, exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, squeeze. Put your leg behind you, your right leg. Keep the left one straight. Bring your your right arm overhead for a wide thing. Take a breath here. And then slowly come back into your high lunge. Take your knees down, take your chest down, and just rest your right cheek on the floor and just wiggle your hips left and right here. Beautiful. Bring your forehead back onto the mat, interlace your fingers here, and inhale, come up for mini cobra and hold. Make sure your lower abdominals are engaged and your feet are flat on the mat and your neck is not overextending. Look down. One more breath here. And exhale, come towards your left cheek. Wiggle your hips here. And take a deep in and exhale here. Maybe sigh it out through your mouth. Beautiful. And then bring yourself back into a high plank, into a downward facing dog. And we're working a bit on our shoulder strength here. So just bring your forearms onto the mat, as wide as your shoulders. And then really engage your fingertips into the mat. And we enjoy this dolphin pose. Don't contract your neck too much, but really try to push your shoulder blades down into the mat here. Maybe walk your feet further in, bend them if you can, straighten them. Take one more round of breath. And then press yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Stretch your shoulders out here. And then bring your big toes to touch, bend your knees, look forward, step up or jump into the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, come up in a chair pose. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen your arms and hook them towards the left side with the elbow onto the knee for a little twist. Look up to the sky. Maybe 1 second, make sure that your knees are aligned. Not one hip is shifting more to the side than the other. If you want to take it a step further, you can take your right leg into a high lunge, back into a chair pose. High lunge for an inhale, exhale, chair pose. Inhale, high lunge, exhale, chair pose. Inhale, high lunge, Exhale, chair pose. Look up one more time here. Over your left shoulder, sink your hips deep. Inhale, come towards the middle. Exhale, hook your arms onto the other side. Look over your right shoulder, sink your hips. Either you stay here or your left leg comes back with an inhale. Find your balance. Exhale, step back. Inhale. Exhale, step back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, step back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, step back. And one more time. High lunge. Step back. Look over your shoulder, maybe twist a little deeper. Sink your hips deeper. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold down. Well done. Maybe pedal your feet here. Take one round of breath. And then come to an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. And then here, we'll come into a little tree pose. So bring your weight into the left foot. Either you just rotate your knee to the outside and rest it on the floor, or you put it onto your lower leg or the upper leg, but never onto your knee. Make sure that this is kind of a little hip opener, and you bring your right knee nicely to the outside. Really engage your core muscles. And then inhale, bring your arms up. And if you can, look up towards the ceiling for an extra challenge. Balancing poses are really great to distract us from our daily struggles. So the harder our task is, the better and the benefits here. So enjoy your little wobbles. It's totally fine. Or just keep your hands in front of your heart, or straighten them and look straight forward. Take another round of breath here. And then bring your hands back in front of your heart. Bring your knee towards the front and straighten your leg out for 3, 2, 1. And then bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Really flex the foot to keep it active, and then sink your hips low for a nice stretch in your buttock muscles, your upper thigh. It's also a hip opener. Either you stay here or you bring your hands towards the floor for the floor to a deeper stretch. Just see what your body needs. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale, come up. And exhale, bring your foot back down onto your mat. Let's do the other side. Shift your weight in towards the right foot. Raise your left knee and fold it towards the outside. Either you just rest it here, or on the lower leg, or the upper one. See how this side feels. Not every side is the same. Contract your belly muscles here. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead, and maybe look towards the ceiling. If this is really easy for you, you could even try to close your eyes. Whatever challenge you want to face, you can make it as easy or as hard for yourself as you want. Beautiful. Stay here for one more breath. And then exhale, bring your hand in front of your heart, bring your knee towards the front, flex the foot, bring it straight for 1, 2, 3, and then bring your left ankle over your right knee. Really flex the foot here and sink your hips low. Beautiful. Either you stay here or you bring your hands towards the ground for an extra deep stretch, or you just bring your hands in front of your heart. Keep your left toes flexed. Beautiful. This will protect your knee. Take one more round of breath here, and then come up with an inhale. Exhale, bring your foot down. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, come up for a halfway lift. Exhale, come back to your plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Knees down, chest down. Inhale for mini cobra. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. We're almost there. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Exhale, bring it towards the front. Inhale, high lunge. And then exhale, come into warrior 2. Straighten the front leg here. Bring your big toes inwards and the heel outwards. Inhale, your arms up high. Exhale, make your bend the knees and come all the way down. Take a nice stretch here. Either you just bring your hands in the height of your feet, relax your neck and just let gravity work with your breath, or you want to grab your big toes. Take an inhale to lengthen and exhale. Bring yourself lower into the stretch, really pointing your elbows to the outside and pulling yourself down. See what your body needs today. You can always go for another shoulder stretch here, interlacing your fingers in the back. Or you come into your headstand, or you might be already there. This is a great chance to try it out. Beautiful. Inhale to lengthen here. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, bring your hands towards your hip and slowly press yourself up here. And then come into your warrior 2 on the other side. And then into a high lunge here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to come all the way down. Take your foot back. Bring your knees down. Your chest down. Inhale here. Exhale, come down. And shift your weight back into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal your heels towards the floor, left and right. One more time in our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Maybe try to grab your heel here and be a little playful. Or maybe the opposite side. Or simply just open your hip here one more time. Circle your foot. It's also a really nice one. And then slowly bring your knees down. Sink your hips towards your heels and roll over into our stretching poses here. Bring your heels towards the front. Maybe use a pillow to bring your hips a little higher. It's for most of us easier to keep our back straight this way. Flex your toes, roll your shoulders back, and just stay in Dandasana for a second here. Close your eyes. See how you feel. Your legs are contracted here, kneecaps are flexed. Your hands are active in the floor, rolling the shoulders back and down. Take one more breath here. Blink open your eyes. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, slowly fold forward. If your hamstrings are really tight, which mine are today, then just bring in your knees a little more or a lot, hip width apart. And then just come forward with a straight back. Maybe just hold on here within your legs. This might be enough for most of us. Or if you want to go deeper because you're more flexible, feel free to keep them straight or micro bend. Inhale your arms up, come all the way to the front until you can't anymore, and then place your hands next towards your feet. And then exhale, bring your head down and just stay here for 3 rounds of breath. One more round of breath. And then come back, walking your hands towards your hips. Beautiful. Maybe shake out your legs, bring your hands behind your back. And then bring your left knee inwards towards your chest. And then let them fall to the outside. If you feel like you're looking too much to the left and you're not really centered to the front, take a little twist here, looking over your right shoulder, and then come back and you should be more centered. The same here, if you feel like you're too tight in your hamstrings, to stretch it, feel free to bring your right foot onto the mat or just micro bend it here for a little bit. Inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale, come forward until you feel like you can't anymore. Place your hands onto the mat and then bring your forehead down, holding onto your foot or just rest them on the mat. Take 2 rounds of breath here. And then inhale, walk yourself back up and straighten the left leg out again. Shake them here a little bit and then bring your right knee into your chest. Let them fall to the outside. Same here, if you don't feel very centered, you think you look way too much towards the right, take your hand onto your leg and your left hand behind you for a little twist here. Take it gentle and then come back and you see that you're much more centered. Beautiful. Also here, micro bend your knee or bring your whole foot onto the mat if that's enough for you today. Otherwise, flex your left foot here, inhale your arms up, and exhale, come towards the front. Grab your foot, rest it on the mat, take another inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, fold down here. Hold for 2 rounds of breath. And then slowly walk your hands back, straighten both legs out, give them a little shake here, beautiful. And then bring your sole of the feet together, open them like a very nice book you're reading, And then inhale, make sure your back is straight. Exhale, come forward. Inhale to lengthen one more time. And then exhale, come all the way down. Try not to force yourself in this position by really actively pulling. This is more like an already relaxing pose. Relax the neck and just let gravity work your way towards your toes. Maybe close your eyes and just simply focus on the in and exhalation here. And then slowly blink open your eyes and press yourself back up. Help your knees and fold it together like a book. Bring your hands in front of your back. The knees as wide as the mat, or even wider. And then let the knee just fall inwards. Rotate. Beautiful. And then let's come in towards a pigeon pose. So come onto your knees here. And then bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Straighten out the left leg straight. Make sure your hips here are on the same height. Either you just stay here with your fingertips up and hold, or you slowly make your way forward. Maybe bring your hands to your opposite elbows and then rest your head onto it. Also here, let gravity work its way. If you feel like your knee has too much pressure, then just bring your right here on your left knee. Hold your hands underneath the knee, and then on your back you can just pull your left knee in, keeping the right toes flexed for reclined pigeon. Feel free to do the same on the other side if the pigeon pose is too much for you today. Take another round of breath here. And then step back into plank and press yourself in a downward facing dog. Take your right leg high. Open your hip here one more time. Keep the shoulders squared. Place it back down. Raise your left leg high and bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Straighten the right leg out behind you. Keep your hips squared, don't lean too much from one or the other side. You can also put a pillow underneath your hip if you feel like they sink too deep and you can't relax into the pose like that. Inhale here to lengthen, and then exhale. Bring your forearms towards the mat. You can close your eyes here if that feels good for you. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then slowly press yourself back up here. Remove props if you had any. Bring your right toes into the mat and press yourself back up into downward facing dog. You can open your hips here. Keeping the shoulders squared. And then slowly bring your knees down. Sink your hips back into a child's pose. Take a breath here. And then walk your hands towards your knees. Sink your hips towards the right or left side and swing your legs towards the front. And then slowly lower yourself vertebra by vertebra onto the mat. Beautiful. And then here we come to a twist before we go into Savasana. So bring your feet onto the mat and then either just bring both knees towards the left, or if you want to go into a deeper twist, bring your right leg on top of your left and then let them fall to the outside. Straighten your right arm here and look over your right arm. Close your eyes to bring your focus inwards already. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then slowly bring your knees back into the middle, either letting them fall out towards the right or crossing your left leg over your right one. And come into a deeper stretch, straightening your left arm and looking over your left shoulder. So here you can close your eyes if you haven't done already. Take another 2 breaths here. And then slowly come back into the middle here. Give yourself a nice big hug. Roll from the left to the right, massaging your lower back. Maybe bring your knees a bit more to the front for an even lower back massage. Or you want to go for a last pose. Maybe it's a happy baby, maybe it's an inversion. And then give yourself a nice last big hug. Bring your forehead towards your knees, really contracting every single muscle in your body here. Take an inhale and then exhale. Bring your whole body onto the mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Palms facing up the sky. Your toes falling to the outside. Your legs are wider than the hip. Your chin is tucked in. Your eyes are closed. Letting go of the controlled breath. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Eyeballs, your nostrils, cheeks, your lips, and the tongue in your mouth. Feel free to scan your body from head to toe and focus on each body part with an in and exhalation. To make each part more relaxed and softer, feeling the lightness with each inhale and the support of your mat with each exhale. Enjoy your savasana. Don't get distracted here, just focus on your breath. And then slowly take a deep inhale and exhale. Start wiggling your fingers, your toes, your wrists and your ankles. And then circle your wrists all the way up over your head, taking a nice morning stretch here. And then put your feet back onto the mat and roll over towards your favorite side, resting your head onto your hand for a moment. And once you're ready, press yourself back up, eyes closed, into a seated position here. Find your props if you need any to make your seat more comfortable. And then roll your shoulders back and rest your hand onto your knees. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Bring your hands in front of your heart and remind yourself of the intentions that you set in the beginning of this class. Thank yourself for making some time to step on the mat today. Give yourself a little smile. And then bring your hand onto your third eye for the acknowledgement of the thought in our mind and the cleansing. Bring your hands onto your lips so every word is said with love. And bring your hands towards your heart to connect with yourself, your kindness and truthfulness. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining the class today. I hope you enjoyed it. As every week, feel free to comment or give me feedback. If you have any questions or requests, just email me on the email I have set up in this channel. And otherwise, I wish you a great rest of the day and stay happy and healthy.